The midfield,
Yep.
like that West Coast midfield talked about one of the potentially one of the greatest ever. Did you at the time realize what you guys had, or was it just like, oh, we're a good side?
No, we weren't arrogant, and there's a fine line between arrogance and confidence. And we in that 05-06 seasons, we would go up that race just knowing we're going to win. Like we just know we just got to do what we do. And the midfield was fantastic, but the midfield still had another 6 players ahead of that. We had Butsy was coming through there. Tyson Stengline, Adam Selwood. Then Fletcher was still part of it. Ember's on the wing. I'm on the wing. Coxie. Seavey to an extent. But Judd and Cousins and Kerr were great players, no doubt about that. But they were even better when they had Stinger and Sellers and Rowan Jones. Juddy to this day always says that the first person he'd pick in that final would be Rowan Jones. Yeah, and we all know that Rowan Jones wasn't the most skillful, but you know what he did have? He had the biggest heart, and he was mentally tough, and he would sacrifice himself. Those 3 players, they were the stoppers, so Judd, Cousins, and Kerr could run forward because they had the players on the way back. Even me to an extent, I was always running back and to help that. But that's your role. That doesn't matter how small or how big that role was. You play your role and we win, and that's it. And that was it's a really good feeling when you can go up a race, go out into that field and have those screaming fans, knowing that you are the best side, and you may not be winning at half time or 3/4 time, but you just know that your intensity, because that's what that was good about it, is the fact is that when Judd come off, Cousins went on. When Kerr come off, Fletcher went on. When I went off on the wing, Embers came on or Butsy came on. Like, we had the intensity level to stay at that work rate because we had 9 players running through there that could take that. So when those good players come off, another good player came on. And that's what Sydney and all those boys couldn't, or the AFL couldn't compact, because you may have 2 or 3 good players, but they can't rotate like we did. We had them coming through. They just couldn't keep up. You tag Cousins and Judd and Kerr, Embers, Fletcher, me pop up. You tag Kerr and Embers and me and Fletcher would pop up. You can't contain 5, 6 players. You contain 2, not 5 or 6 of them.